All right, so good day to everyone. So, our lesson for today will be on conjunctions and prepositions. So, what are conjunctions? Conjunctions are words used to connect words, phrases, or clauses. So, let's talk about the types of conjunctions so we have a better understanding of them. So, our first one is coordinating conjunctions. So, what are they? They join a noun with another noun or an adjective with another adjective. Here we have fanboys. It's the word we'll be using to better remember the most commonly used conjunctions. So the first one, F, for, signals that the next idea caused the idea. Our next one is and. These signals that the two ideas are connected. We have nor, signals that neither idea is applicable. The next one is but. It signals a shift in thinking. Then we have or. It signals a choice between options. Next we have yet. Signals an even stronger surprise than but. And finally we have so. Signals that the next idea is the result of the first idea. So just to further understand what coordinating conjunctions are, in the middle of a conversation, the teacher walked out for she could not tolerate her students any longer. If we go back to what for means, four signals that the next idea caused the idea. So here, in the middle of a discussion, the teacher walked out for, which is the idea that signals, she could not tolerate her students any longer. So next one we have and. Edward eats cakes and pies. So we have two ideas that are connected by and. And our last one is her comment was blunt but effective. So but signals a shift in thinking. Her comment was blunt is the first idea, but then he shifts his thinking and says, but it was effective. So I'll give you a few seconds if you'd like to pause the video and you can go take notes or remember these example sentences. All right, that should be good enough. Let's move on. We'll move on now to subordinating conjunctions. So, subordinating conjunctions are used to show a cause and effect relationship between a subordinate clause and a main clause. Now, this may sound a bit complicated, but with examples, we'll come to understand it. So, here we have some examples of the words themselves: although, because, if, since, unless, until, and while. I want you to remember, put it in your head. The subordinating conjunctions are used to show a cause and effect relationship. So here we have it. We will wait here until the rain stops. So we have our main clause, we will wait here, and we have our subordinating clause, until the rain stops. So next we have Robin wasn't allowed in the Batmobile any longer because he wouldn't wear a seatbelt. So, cause and effect. Robin wasn't allowed in the Batmobile any longer. Why? Because he wouldn't wear the seatbelt. Alright, so just to note, the subordinate class is the phrase after the subordinating conjunction. That sounds a bit complicated, but it's just to say that the subordinating clause is the set of words that comes after the subordinating conjunction. So in this case, because he wouldn't wear a seatbelt, because is our conjunction, he wouldn't wear a seatbelt is a clause. All right, I'll give you another few minutes, internalize, you know, take notes if you have to. Pause the video if you will. All right, let's move on. Now we have correlative conjunctions. What are these? These are conjunctions that correlate or work in pairs to join phrases or words that carry equal importance within a sentence. So we have either or, neither nor, not only, but also. These are just examples of the words. We'll go to how they're used in a bit. So here's an example. Every night, either loud music or fighting neighbors wake John from his sleep. So here we have either or. So every night, either loud music or fighting neighbors. It's not both of them, it's one of the two. So on a particular night, it could be loud music, and on another night, it could be fighting neighbors. It's only going to be one of them. For the next one, neither Deborah nor Sally expressed her annoyance when the cat broke the lamp. So here it's a different use. Neither. Neither Deborah nor Sally. Nor is sort of to signify the other person did not also. So neither Deborah nor Sally. Deborah didn't express her annoyance. Sally didn't express her annoyance either. So the next one. Not only did Mary grill burgers for Michael, but she also fixed a steak for her dog Vinny. So this is to show sort of two actions. Not only, but. So not only did Mary grill burgers for Michael, so we know that Mary grilled burgers for Michael, but she also fixed a steak for her dog Vinny. So she did two things. Give you a few seconds, take notes, take these examples. All right, should be good enough. So now we're moving on to our next topic on prepositions. This These are words that show the relationship of nouns to other words. So let's move on. Prepositions are words that show the relationship of nouns to other words around it. Here's some examples. The package from abroad, the food on the table, the tuition for the student. Prepositions are often found before a noun. So here are some common prepositions. I won't read them out to you, but just take a minute to look through them, internalize. We'll be using them in a bit, so once you identify them, it'll be easier to understand how they work. All right. If you wanted to take notes or remember some of them, it'd be best to pause the video and take it down, or maybe you could screenshot it. Let's move on. So here we have the uses of a preposition. Prepositions can show where things are relative to each other. The car is in the garage. There is a coin under the sofa. I am hiding behind the cabinet. So let's go through these one by one. So we know that prepositions show relations of nouns to other words or to other nouns. So let's go to our first one. The car is in the garage. So we have the first noun, the car, the second, garage. So now, using the preposition, we know that the car is inside the garage. The same goes for these other ones. The coin, the first noun, is under the sofa, the second noun. And I am hiding behind the cabinet. There you go. So here's another use of prepositions. They can also show when things are happening. So I'll see you on Sunday. Please be silent during the presentation, and the graduation will commence on May. So here we see, be silent, on, during, and on again. So will these prepositions show, for example, the first one, I'll see you on Sunday. So the day is Sunday. And another example is the third one, the graduation will commence on May. So it happens May. That's when it happens. One. Prepositions can also show the possession of things. The toy of the cat is tattered. I try to follow the advice of my parents. This is the will of the council. So again, Let's look for the preposition and what word they connect. So the toy of the cat. So the cat owns a toy. The advice of my parents. So that is your parents' advice. They own it. They told it to you. And the will of the council. It's the council's will. They own it. So the next one, prepositions can also show the purpose of things. So let's go through some examples. The machine is used for detecting earthquakes. So we have the machine and we know its purpose. It's used for detecting earthquakes. The next one, that button is for the fire alarm. So we have for here and we know that the button is for that. Next, the chemical is for cleaning the pipes. We have the chemical. What's its purpose? For cleaning the pipes. All right, let's move on. Now, let's talk about prepositional phrases. They are composed of a preposition and a noun with any modifiers in between them. So here, let's kind of dissect or pull apart what goes in a prepositional phrase. So, the man from Australia, the woman with golden earrings. So here we have a preposition from and with, and the object of the preposition. This is what they're referring to. The man from Australia. The woman with golden earrings. Alright, let's kind of continue on with these examples so you get a better understanding. They can also be used as adverbs or adjectives. So, for example, we can use them as an adjective. The package from abroad has arrived. So we know the package, which is the noun, and we now know that it's also from abroad thanks to our prepositional phrase. Next, the for example, an adverb usage. The boy got home at 3 o'clock. So we have the boy got home when. Thanks to our prepositional phrase, we know that he got home at 3 o'clock. So take time, note these down. These are very important. These come in very handy when you're trying to kind of explain things to a person. And that should be it. Make sure to look through the slides again and look through the video again. Pause at any moment if you need to remember or internalize anything.